Hello students, how are you all? Welcome back to the Talent and Knowledge Management class. We continue with the last class. In the last class, we discussed about what Hansen's Knowledge Management Framework. As you all know that the knowledge management is going to be a crucial aspect as far as what to call the development of the organization is concerned. So how to procure the knowledge, how to effectively manage the knowledge resources, and how to use the knowledge and how to share this knowledge. All these things we are covering under this chapter. So in the last class we have discussed one of the famous knowledge management frameworks known as a Hansen's knowledge framework. Here he actually distinguishing between codification and personalization of the knowledge. Okay. Now today we go for one more knowledge management framework information that was actually propounded by EARL, so which is known as EARL'S 7 schools, or else EARL'S 7 knowledge management schools. So Michael EARL in 2001 proposed 7 school of knowledge management, which are again subcategorized into 3 broad categories. One is technocratic, and one more is economic, and the next one is behavioral. So under technocratic, we are exclusively understanding about the categorization of the systems, cartographic and engineering type. Under economic categorization, we are learning about commercialization of the knowledge. Under third category, behavioral category, we are going to understand about organizational, spatial school and the strategic school. So overall way, we are going to understand about the 7 schools of management, which was actually given by EARL. So Michael EARL in the 2001, which is a very, very important concept. So if you put all in a comparative diagram, in a tree structure, that's going to be like this. All of you carefully observe. So EARL'S 7 knowledge management schools. KMS means knowledge management schools. So what is a broad categorization? Technocratic, economic, behavioral. That is there in the blue color boxes. In the first blue color boxes, what are the other categorization followed by systems, cartographic, engineering. The middle blue box, under that commercialization, again in the last blue box, what you find? Organizational, spatial school and as well as the strategic kind of schools. Now we discuss about under the technocratic, what you called systems and as well as the cartographic engineering types. So technocratic means is nothing but, as you know very well, the advancements in the technology. I mean to say information technology. So under technocratic kind of what you called schools of management, the more focus would be on the information systems usage. So under the exclusive systems school, the knowledge will be codified into databases and resources at the time of need, and focus will be on the codification as well as the storage retrieval from the system rather than direct face-to-face transformation. So in the technocratic, that too exclusively under the systems, the knowledge is going to be codified. The main focus will be based on what you call the retrieval of the information whenever need arises. So here the face-to-face sharing of the knowledge or the face-to-face transformation of the knowledge will not be considered. The next one is going to be the cartographic. By using this method, this technology, maps will be created based upon what we call the knowledge management data. And the next one is going to be the engineering. So under engineering kind of aspect, focus will be on the procedures and approaches to the sharing of the knowledge, codified knowledge, and as well as structured in the systems. Here more focus will be there on the task and process oriented knowledge. So what to call this engineering kind of what to call the aspect. So let us see here. Systems school. According to this, knowledge organization research has to be codified into databases and resourceful at the time of need. Focus and codification, storage and retrieval from the system rather than on direct face-to-face transfer. So the cartographic school. So here what is happening? With the help of IT, create searchable directory, creation of maps, and as well as the knowledge management base. So under engineering school, what is going to happen? The more focus will be on the processes, that is focus and procedure and operations to share codified knowledge and shared in the system. So here the task and process oriented knowledge is going to be considered. The next category is going to be economic. So economic in the sense commercialization of the knowledge. As a knowledge which will be assumed as a commodity which will be sold to the needful persons for a benefit, for a profit. Understand? So what we call this commercialization of knowledge to earn the profit. So under commercialization school, what aspects you find? Produces value-based products and services. So under this school, the knowledge is going to have what we call the products and services which are going to create the value in terms of what we call the money, in terms of aspects of what we call other purposes. These knowledge assets are protected through patents, trademarks, and as well as copyrights. So under commercialization school, what is happening? So produces value-based products and services. And these knowledge assets are protected through patents, trademarks, and as well as the copyrights for the future purpose. The last school, behavioral school. So behavioral school mainly based on what we call the internal or else what we call interpersonal relationships of the organizations or else the employees which are working in a company. Okay. So based on interpersonal relationships for knowledge sharing. Here what is the subsegment? Organizational, spatial, strategic. Under organizational, focus on interpersonal network teams of individuals who are having common interest in the organization to facilitate sharing of knowledge and experience. Sense of belongingness and mutual trust is essential among the members. Now here among the team members, people, what is required? Mutual trust is required. When mutual trust and as well as the belongingness kind of nature is created, then what happens? The knowledge sharing is going to be smoothful. The second one is a spatial. So focuses on creation of physical and virtual spaces like meeting rooms, training rooms, canteens, coffee vending machines. Examples for physical spaces, online rooms, chart rooms and board rooms. Examples for virtual rooms. Under spatial categorization, the knowledge creation mainly focuses on what we call infrastructure in terms of physical presence, in terms of the virtual presence. In terms of the physical presence are concerned, creation of the meeting rooms, training rooms, canteens, coffee vending machines where the or what to call employees often meet together to share their knowledge. Virtual assets creation means chat rooms, boardrooms, some of the exams. Understand? The next one is a strategic kind of what we call the school. So this school focus on molding attitudes and values to create effective knowledge management. Useful techniques are vision statements, business plans, training programs. So under strategic kind of school, the focus will be for the longer duration. Understand? In terms of preparation of the vision statements, overall business plan, and as well as training programs. So while doing all these things, inculcation of what we call the values and as well as creation of the required attitudes will be going to be the success. So what you call this strategic school of what you called behavioral aspect. So which are considered as EARL'S 7 school of what you called management. So what are the broad categorization of the EARL'S 7 knowledge management schools? The first one is a technocratic, the next one is economic, and as well as a behavioral. So under technocratic again, systems, cartographic engineering. Under economic one can have commercialization. Under behavioral school one can find the organizational, spatial school, and as well as the strategic school. Now we go for the one more approach provided by Alvison and Karamans. So what do you call this Alvison and Karamans knowledge management approach? So till now, how many schools of management we discussed? The first one is Hansen's knowledge management framework. So here the difference is between codification and personalization. And after that, EARL'S 7 school of knowledge management. Here the categorization will be in terms of 7 schools. The next what we are going to discuss, Alvison and Karaman's knowledge management schools EARL'S approaches, which is basically on 4 approaches. One is called extended library approach. The next one is a community approach, normative control approach. The final one is enacted blueprint approach. Under extended library approach, the employees encouraged to share the knowledge, to share the experience with the what to call the co-workers. It is actually a top-down kind of what to call the approach. From the senior level management to the junior level, the flow of the knowledge would be there. The extended library approach mainly depends on what to called IT or else the information technology systems. The next one is a community approach. Due to the tacit nature of the knowledge under the community approach, the people are encouraged, the workers are encouraged face to face to share the knowledge. Under the normative control approach, just like the community approach, the people are what you called awarded with what you call right kind of sharing of the knowledge. Under the final kind of approach, that is enacted blueprint approach, a codified databases will be provided in terms of the predefined templates which helps what to call the appropriate use of the knowledge. So let us see here, extended blueprint approach. So workers are encouraged to coding their knowledge and experience for allowing staff to utilize the same whenever knowledge is required. So among is the people, sharing of the knowledge is encouraged under extended blueprint approach. But the codified information is important. So here the knowledge sharing would be there from top down approach, from the senior level management to the junior level. So it's mainly depend on advanced technology, that is information technological systems. Community system or community approach system. So here the knowledge is what you called being shared directly among the people because of the tacit nature of the knowledge, which cannot be codified. That means experience cannot be what you call put in terms of the textual information. Emphasis will be on developing an environment which promote positive culture and sharing of knowledge. More trust will be there in creation of the positive culture and mutually sharing of the knowledge. So what to call this kind of approach? Community approach system. The next one is a normative control report, which gives significance to the creation of culture which support, appreciate, rewards employee participation, organization knowledge process, and encourages them to adopt the culture. So here the more encouraging kind of culture will be developed through which the organization, what you called participants, will be encouraged, appreciated, and provided rewards. So which is nothing but just like community approach, but strong management intervention can be found in this kind of approach. So focus on creation of codified databases which provides predefined templates for specific roles and tasks for guiding their actions. What is a template? A ready-made route map, a solution, a ready-made solution. So which are going to provided while approaching the blueprint, extended blueprint approach, isn't it? So this approach is labeled as Taylorism as it restricts workers' autonomy. So workers are dependent on the management, so in taking what to call these kinds of approaches. So according to the situation, the tailored kind of activity will be taken place. Hence what you call this Taylorism. So what do you call this approach? Alvison and Kahneman's knowledge management approach. So after discussing this, now we have reached to the last topic under fourth unit. So knowledge management solutions, which is nothing but a process of optimum utilization of knowledge resources in an organization for obtaining maximum benefits. Sometimes what happens in the organization, so much knowledge assets are available, but the correct procedure not followed. What will be happening? The knowledge is going to be untapped. So at the time or at the right time, when the available knowledge has been not used, the results or else output cannot be expected. For these solutions are going to provide by knowledge management solutions. So what do you mean by that? The knowledge management solutions are the different ways in which the knowledge management can be made. Can be made possible, which are four major levels. Number one, knowledge management processes. Number two, knowledge management systems. Number three, knowledge management mechanism and technology. Knowledge management infrastructure. Under knowledge management processes, discovering, capturing and sharing and applying of the knowledge aspects will be more prominent, more important. The knowledge management system, one can have various tools, technologies and mechanisms which are developed to support the different knowledge management processes. Under knowledge management mechanism and technology, one can have multiple indifferent combinations according to the requirement of the system. The knowledge management infrastructure is nothing but foundation for knowledge management and required for to support knowledge management mechanism and technologies. So what do you call this? The knowledge management infrastructure. Let us see here. Under the first process, what are there which are helpful in discovering, capturing, sharing and applying the knowledge? The main aspect would be there how to procure the knowledge in terms of CDs, in terms of what you call the text, in terms of other advanced procedures, and how to apply that available knowledge in terms of need. So under KM system, I mean to say the knowledge management system, which are combination of various tools and technologies and mechanisms which are developed to support the different knowledge management processes. Here one can find various kinds of mechanisms, technologies which are going to support the first one, the knowledge management process. Exclusively under knowledge management mechanism and technology, which are combination of multiple different combinations, mechanism is that of the technology, which are going to help to the system. The final one, the knowledge management infrastructure, which is actually the support to all above three areas. What are those? The knowledge management process, knowledge management systems, knowledge management mechanism and technologies. Infrastructure, so which is the foundation for knowledge management and required for the support of the knowledge management mechanism and technologies. So here ends your fourth unit. So what we discussed till now, let us go back. So today we started from EARL'S 7 knowledge management school. So 3 broad categories: technocratic, economic, behavioral. This is a tree structure. EARL'S 7 knowledge management schools. All these are intertwined together. Here only one can observe the commercialization of the knowledge. If new technology has been developed, new knowledge has been developed, that will be commercialized. Like Microsoft would be there, Apple software companies would be there. When they develop new softwares, they sell that knowledge, that codification to the other companies. Technocratic, economic, behavioral school. Next we discussed Alvison and Karaman's knowledge management approaches. 4 approaches are there: extended library approach, community approach, normative control approach, enacted blueprint approach. And finally, we discussed knowledge management solutions in 4 levels. One is knowledge management process, knowledge management systems, knowledge management mechanism and technology, knowledge management infrastructure. I'll stop here. Thank you so much.